Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are doing a story time. So there is this line which says like school days are the best days, and for me, I wish I could say the same. So typically, I am that kind of girl. When I was in my primary school, I was that kind of girl where I was into everything. I was never into, that average student category. I was always top, top, top. So when I promoted to the 8th standard, I don't know, like I have no idea. Something in me went off. So to the main point, we all have the seniors who tease us, who do some funny things. So the same thing had happened to me. My seniors were really funky and they were, kind of always teasing and, staring, doing some random things that every senior do. So I'll explain you a scene very clearly. This is the classroom and there is a window beside me. Like I am sitting beside, like not next, beside the window. And here is a open door, like not a door. Here is a space where door can be placed, but there is no door. There is classroom opposite, like right next to the door thing. Here is the board, like the main board. Here is the wall. Here is the space where my seniors can, pass away to go to their class. I don't know who noticed this, but randomly those guys, those seniors, like my super seniors who were next to my class, next to our class, so they were always talking and staring. Like I was just looking at them, not thinking, to make sure that they are looking at me, and they were looking at me, and that was not intentional, I think so, because I was not intentionally looking at them, because the way is opposite side. When the people are sitting opposite way, it's very obvious that we look at each other randomly, unintentionally. Seniors, those were opposite to my class, boys, I had no good bonds with them. They used to just tease me or give that looks, that's it. So coming to the girls, I don't know, like I don't say all of them, but few of them, almost 80% of the strength of that class seniors, like I was obsessed with all of those girls. Like they were so favorite. They were this girls thing. And I have two favorite seniors from that class who were really close to me, according to me. And I don't know, one fine day how everything changed. So randomly the rumor started saying that I had an interest on that one particular guy whom I don't know. I don't know. There were also few other girls like sitting next to me or beside me, behind me or whatever. I don't know why they had so much of focus on me itself. So the rumors started saying that I had different interest on that one particular guy, and they started teasing me with that guy's name. I was not aware of what was happening. So I'll tell you the scenes where, I understood the concept. So one fine day, what happened was, those girls, like my seniors, they were passing from my class when it was interval. Few of them were not looking at me, and I had no idea why they were actually ignoring me. They used to just look at me and then turn their face. I was like, what's wrong with them? And I was totally blank. And then I was like, fine. And few of them were still, talking to me. Not like before. They started acting so weird, and their looks were not, as same as they were like, they were acting as if talking to me would make or give any trouble to them. And that's how their looks were. So next day, I go to their class like I usually do. So I asked one of the sister to give me water bottle because I didn't carry my water bottle on that day. So she was like, okay, drink fast and then go away from here, like as soon as possible. I was like, why? Our class teacher might, look, stalk from the CCTV. And I was like, even if she's doing that, why it's a big thing? Like, why it is highlighted? Because I'm just asking you for the water and I'm drinking and then leaving. I'm not making any drama in your class. And I wondered why it was, thing that has to be focused. So it felt very weird. And another day, not every school teacher, the high school teachers, like primary teachers were like so good to me. So these whole high school teachers, they started acting so weird with me. They were giving this weird looks to me, like they used to look at me like I'm something else. I guess there were 3 teachers who had, main focus on me. Like their work was to focus on me and to target me. So, and the another day, I'm sitting this way. The teacher, she is explaining, like this teacher, who is the class teacher of my super seniors. She used to teach us a subject. So she came, she was teaching a subject. I was looking at her this way, and she randomly comes, like, so she's explaining, and while explaining, she is walking towards me, like in front of me, and she comes and she stands in front of me, and she totally blocks where I can no more see that class. And I was like, something is fishy now. So I had to give more focus on it now, because before scenes I just think for a while and then I left it, and now it is something to think of. And when she came, there are so many people behind me, but still she was focusing on me, like she was giving that direct eye contacts to me, that she just wants to, like, see if I'm giving look somewhere else. And one fine day, like my favorite seniors, whom I was obsessed a lot, they started acting very weird. Like, to be very clear, they used to look at me like a slut. That how the teachers used to give me stares at me. Like, I don't know if they mean it, but the stares that used to give me was same as that. So these seniors were also, ignoring me totally, and those boys who used to tease me with that guy stopped teasing me, and they stopped looking at me. I don't know what, but all of those row guys were this way. Like, it was very sure that they don't want to do any eye contact with me. Next day, what happens? This is like very crazy. So what do they do? Another teacher come to the class, they discuss something, I don't know, randomly they discuss something. They talk to my class teacher and say something, and right after that discussion is done, they changed our place. Like me, who was sitting beside the window, they asked all the girls row to move to the next row, and all the boys sitting in the middle row or the another row, they all shifted here and we shifted here. So right after doing this scene, I was like, I have to now figure it out, because there is something fishy going behind me and it is very salty. I have to figure it out and sort it out as soon as possible. And hereafter, I was like, I felt really bad, because I don't want to look like a bad student. I don't want to show or present myself as if I'm something weird or not your kind of student. I don't want that. I want you to, look at me like a good student, because I didn't do anything bad. So moving to the next day, I went to my, seniors who were really close to me. Like, I was super, doing that favorite thing to them. So I asked them, what's wrong? Like, what is even happening? Why all these scenes are happening? Because, like, there are so many things, those are giving me hints that something is bad happening behind me. And they were like, there is some rumor that is going around you, which is circulated all our class and all over the teachers as well. And I was like, what is that? And they asked me question. So there is this guy, did you ask him for the commitment, ask him, like, did you propose him and all of that? I was like, what is happening? Like, when did that even happen? I didn't do that. Like, I didn't even dare to speak him. So first thing is that this guy, I don't know how they assume for themselves that he's staring at me, because I was not actually staring at him and I have no interest in staring at him. And first thing, he was not that attractive to stare at him. And another thing is that he is a Muslim guy. I even dare in my life to do that thing. Like, I'm not doing this religion whatever, but me as a Christian, I have, I had a maturity of, like, I had matured mind. I was very conscious of the possibilities that this thing and this thing will never get one, and that will never happen. Like, even if let's assume, like, as they assume, let us also assume, if I had a interest in him, I will not even dare to go and confess him whatever the feelings that I hold, because he is a Muslim guy, and I will not even dare, because, like, I was not that stupid to do that, because I was very matured enough, like, not that matured enough, but I was matured enough to check about the possibilities between both of us. They told me that all of these teachers are thinking wrong about you, they were thinking about you this, that, and all that. I was like, I cried like anything. I don't know if this sounds very silly to most of you, But me as a child back then, it was very difficult because I have to go to school every single day. Like every morning, I have to wake up, I have to go to school, and I had to face all those stares, all those negativity going around me. And I didn't even share any of my classmates about this. And till now, till today, nobody knows this story. Right after saying that, they said this and they gave me a solution. I was like, what do I even do now? I don't want this thing to, continue or go forward. And they were like, you go near teacher and you have to, like, cry in front of her as if there is someone, dead in front of you. You have to cry that way and tell her, confess her that I have not done this. This is just a rumor. Before that, I asked them, who did this and how did this happen? And they took one senior name, that one girl who went to the teacher and told about me in front of class, saying that this girl has went to this boy and she propose this guy, and this thing is happening between them, which is why she's sitting right before the beside the window and staring at him all the time. I was like, sister, how did you even get to know this? Like, are you a kind of agent where you find all of these things where I myself don't know? And that sister, like that super senior, to be very honest, she was close to me as well, and I did her no bad. And I don't understand why she had to even say that. And I noticed, like, I get it, right after that she was not speaking to me like she used to speak to me before. But what was wrong with her? Like, why you have to say all of this? And this rumor that you have spread on me, it might be fun to you, but she has no idea how bad impact that had put on me, that all my school life I have survived like in a hell. That was not easy for me. Like every single day to step into the college, that kind of feeling like I don't want to go, I don't want to face this every single day. And that was very hard to me because the way teachers used to treat me and the way things were going wrong around me was not so healthy. So I went, like, after the lunch break, it was her period. So I went near the teacher. I stood, I was like, even before saying a single word, I started crying like anything. Like, I don't know, like, I was crying like anything, as if someone is really dead in front of me. Like, she was like, go, what are you crying? Why are you crying? That, this, and that. And I stopped crying. Like, I was like, and then I was like, I stopped crying. And then I went like, see, this is just a rumor. This is not true. This is not happening. They all lied to you. This is not, which, I deserve. And I don't know, I said so many things. I was like, this in front of her, and she was like, okay, fine, goes it. I was like, okay, she compromised and now she know the truth and all that, but that was not true. And right after this, I felt everything is fine and everything will go good around me. And what happens one fine day, every single Saturday, there is, this PT going on the assembly, right? At the assembly. So I was the tallest person in the class. So I used to stand in the end of the line. Like the same time, like while this thing was going on, the new principal has joined, okay? Like these three teachers who were fully obsessed and focused on me, they complained this to the principal ma'am, okay? But she left the school and I was very happy that she left because she was a principal, right? So the new principal has joined and she was kind of, very good to me in the beginning. I don't know why she felt that way, but she was, interacting with me more than the other students, and I was feeling very good about it. I was like, okay, fine. So the principal ma'am, she was standing right, before the assembly, the main stage. These teachers, they call her behind the, backwards where they were standing. And randomly they were like, one of the teachers, she was like, do you see the girl who is standing, in the last line, like, in the end of the line? And I was like, are they talking about me? So when when the principal comes, I was wondering if they would again gossip about me. And as I assumed, they started talking about me. And one of the teacher goes like, this girl, she's, not good. She has actually proposed to so and so guy, like who is senior to her. How dare that she could do that? We have to actually give her TC and send out of the school. Huh? I mean, send out of the school, give me TC just because I have proposed a boy, and which you yourself assumed without cross checking it. To me, when I hear this, when I hear them talking, like I have no idea if they have idea that I could hear what they're speaking, but it was very clear into my ears because I was all ears to whatever that they were speaking. And let me tell you, the exercise is going on. Like I can't stop doing this exercise and stand firm. I'm doing this, like I'm bending down and I'm like crying. Like I'm crying and I'm doing this. Imagine how weird. Like thank God that I'm standing, in the end of the line and nobody is actually watching at me. And it was so bad. Like even today, like in random nights when I imagine this scene, I literally tear. Like I literally shed tears. Like I'm not saying like I have not moved on from it, but it still triggers me. It still, adds that trauma in my mind, and I don't know, I just can't stand on this. I was crying, 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 and I wanted to like go from there and then, give reference at all of them, but I don't even dare to. I was just, in delusional thinking that I could do that, but I won't. I can't. So right after that, I just left it and I was like, okay, now even the principal they have spread who used to, actually, give me some bow. And now they ruined it everything. And now I have no reason to come to the school. And as a child, I couldn't, handle because I was not that matured enough to handle all of it and give, I didn't even have that attitude. I was like, I don't care what everybody says. I'm like that. I was not that Sigma girl back then. And now after this in the 8th standard, like now I go to the 8th standard, like all this happened when I was in 7th standard. Okay, so when I go to the 8th standard, the new teacher come, like, so what these people do, they again came and spread to these new teachers. So in the 8th standard they spread. There was one language teacher, she was very strict, like very very strict, and she was very strict to handle. So I don't know, one random day, like, see, this was the free period and this was the, time to, leave the school, but there was 5 minutes that we have to wait in the class. And one of my friend, like, my benchmate, she was, cracking some jokes and I'm laughing. And this teacher goes like, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I'm not laughing when you're, teaching something. I'm laughing because my friend has cracked some joke. And there are so many people there who are talking, who are laughing, that this, and she wantingly targets only me, asking why am I laughing and why my teeth are out always. Like, I mean, why are my teeth out always? What do you mean by that? So yeah, I thought, okay, even those teachers spread to her and now you have so much of negative to tell me. Okay, fine. I was like, now done. Everything is done, and now I have to do something. And I prepare myself to do something now. And I was not someone who could take revenge and go and talk and be strong. No, I have to take another way, which could named as a very kind and very strong revenge on them. Like look, after 7th standard, like before 7th standard, I was into every event, every activities. I was that super girl, I was that highlighted girl. Okay, after 7th something went off, and what did I do? I brought that primary school girl in me back, and I started putting efforts in being seen in all of the events. So by this time, the teacher who was the class teacher of my super senior, she left the school. And I was so happy that she left the school. But other 2 teachers, they were not getting rid of me and they were still stick to me. Like, so one fine day, it was Independence Day, like not Independence Day, before the week of Independence Day is next 2 to 3 days. The seniors comes and they were like, whoever wants to give the speech, they can give. And I was like, I will give it. Like, I'm giving the comeback. So yeah, and all teachers were shocked that I'm giving the speech because according to them, I am a very stupid student. I'm very dumb. I'm very not even average, like below average and very bad student. I'm not someone that they consider as a good student. What do I do? Like I go to one of my neighbor. That neighbor, she was very good at all of these things, like writing speeches and all of that. So I went to her and I told her, give me the good speech. And she write this 3 pages script, like the whole king size, like long size sheet, like long size book paper. She wrote 3 pages. She was like, you can take whatever the lens that you want. But what did I do? I didn't pick any lens. from starting to the end. I memorized everything. I did the ratta all 3 pages, like anything. See, even in the studies, right after semester, I was very low, like not even average student. I was below average student in the studies itself, because when I was in primary, I used to rank like first, second, third, and now I'm not ranked student at all. And for me, even to by heart, like even to memorize 3 to 4 lines was very difficult. And I 3 pages, imagine the long size paper, 3 pages, I have memorized like anything, because of course I want to hit back, right? In while giving the speech, most of the people, they carry paper, like most of them did, they carry paper and they see, do, and then leave. But what do? There is no paper in my hand. I go single-handedly, go stand in front of the dais, take mic, and I start giving speech like anything. I don't know how did I even, like, I could say that could have been a miracle. I gave this long, Independence Day, and everybody's jaw were lifted, that they were shocked, not just the students but also all other teachers. I don't know what was that speech. I just remember few lines where it goes like, Independence Day, it gives us both happy and sad. Happy because we got our freedom, sad because we lost our freedom fighters. I like this line, because when I say this line, there was some, random claps from the crowd. So yeah, now it doesn't feel like big word, but yeah, back then it was. After this speech, I see so much good happening around me. Trust me, the teacher who she poked me when I was laughing, and she was, wantingly targeting me, that teacher who was a newcomer and the language teacher, she, after, leaving school from the gate, like, the teachers stand near gate when we are leaving, they give biscuits or chocolate, whatever, and she gave me 2 biscuits. She gave 1 biscuit, like single biscuit, to each and other students, but for me she gave me 2, saying that your speech was so good. And I was like, butterflies in my stomach, and everybody started appreciating me, and I was like, this is what I wanted. And yeah, the teacher who, who had a very negative thing on me, and now she's just praising me for what I am. Like, so right after this, there were also many things where, teachers appreciated me, but I don't want to tell all of it because it's going to take forever, like the long hour video. So yeah, coming to the main point. So now I'm in the 10th standard year. This is the comeback, like the strongest and unexpected one. So in 10th standard, obviously the election goes on, like they select head boy, head girl, and yeah, captain and all of that. So I stood for actually when I was in 9th standard, I started, standing in front of the assembly, because I was a red captain when I was in 9th standard. Though I got this third position in the voting list, but still I was, dropped to the red captain, because someone other senior, she wants to be the secretary. I got the secretary post in the 9th standard itself. When I was in 10th, I stood for the head girl, like, I stood for the election. And I don't know, randomly today, like, let's go, like today it's a election day. So morning in the assembly timing, I go and I just randomly stand when the election is going on. I just randomly go and stand in front of the dais. Few seniors, like everybody is forming the lines. Few newcomer students, they came to me and they were like, sister, what is your name? I was like, my name is Deevena. And they were like, okay, we will vote you, we will support you. And I was like, sorry. And I was like, what did I even do to get this love from my juniors? And I was like, okay, thank you and all. I was feeling a bit happy at that time. And then the election time comes and I stood, votes are going on. And the teacher, like I mentioned, right, 3 teachers were mainly focused on me. One teacher, she left. Another teacher, she was not so much interested, because she was impressed by me. I don't say impressed, but she was, fine with me, like talking to me. She started seeing good in me. She thought that I'm really talented. So this third teacher, she was also the language teacher. I don't know, for some reason, she had a very strong affection with me. So that teacher, she was not liking to look at me. She was not liking to even talk to me. She was that, ignoring me kind of teacher. So what happens, these 5th standard girls, my juniors, they don't know to write my full name. Okay, like they couldn't write nobody's name. So there were few girls who were standing for head girl. Okay, and that teacher, she goes to the 5th standard row and she asks those girls, you can just write a first letter of this people name. And they were like, I will tell you, you guys tell me who you want to vote. Like, so those small little girls, they were like, Deevena, and few girls were, showing it. I was like, what is even happening? And I was so happy, and you'll have to see that teacher's face. It was totally roasted, and even she wondered why there was so much of hype for me. And she wrote, and she was like, write D. And everybody, they wrote D. Election is done, and whoever stood for the election, they have to be there, and all the students have to leave for the classes. And we stood there. We are standing here in front of us. There is table, and teachers are opening chits, and they are, counting the votes. And the teacher, who those two teachers who were remaining, the two teachers, them, and also the one language teacher who was poking me, she, three of them sit there, and they open one sheets, and in every other sheet there is my name. Like, they open it's me, and rarely that too who, if there is one of my classmates, she has her siblings in the same school, and that siblings has friends, only those people has been voted to, so the so and so my classmate, and all the other people wrote my name. In my school history, since I was there, since I was a part of voting, schoolboy used to get so much of hype, and here I am getting so much of hype. Like, I got more than 460 votes, whereas this head guy got around 260 or 300 votes. I was like, highest votes. Okay, so I was looking at their faces like, see, you people poked me, you people did so much bad about me, and now the whole school loves me, whole junior has that, affection on me. And they were also looking at me, they were looking at the cheese, they were looking at me, they were looking at the cheese. Every single sheet is my name. And I was like, what did I even do to get so much of love from my juniors? I mean, I was so surprised by it. And I don't even talk to most of them, and still I was so wondering, maybe just because they kept seeing me in so many activities happening in the school, which is why, I'm mainly, like, mostly seen and mostly recognizable. So I was very happy, and I was finally the head girl. Like, did they even imagine in their wildest dreams that I could become a head girl, where they saw me as a bad student, and now I'm the one who manages students? Like, this is the best revenge that I took. And even today, the guy, I still have a doubt. That guy, when he knows that these things are surrounding around me, why didn't he raise his voice and told, the classmates or teacher that that girl didn't do this? I don't know, but that boy and the girl who went and complained, these both people, you people might have fun, but no, it had impacted me a very bad. And I don't know, like, what could you be feeling? And you might have no idea what you have done, and you might have also not remember this scene. But here you go, you spoiled my school life, but still, thank you that you made me very matured enough in the young age itself, and very strong. And that's when my journey started. No matter what, how tough the situation turns into, I can still come out, I can still figure out to do something, and then give the strongest comeback. Because you guys teach me, if somebody is doing something bad to me, and if something is happening bad to me, and if somebody is, lowering my standards, and I know, and I will prepare myself to prove them wrong, and also, make my standards higher no matter what. And this revenge mode, you people have built in me, and I am going to do it all my life. Like, revenge, not the bad revenge, but in a very good way. As you all saw my journey, listen to my journey. So yeah, this is it for today's video. See you all in my next video. Bye.